Hello everyone, I'm back again. You're going to be sick of seeing me, I'm sure. It's Michelle Lloyd here, founder of United ArtSpace. And now I've got Kristen with me, who is another member from the Hub, and she's very kindly offered to come in as well and speak. So welcome, Kristen, thank you.
Hello.
So we were just talking to Kristen and saying how important it is actually to do these, because to hear from the members, and you'll get to meet these lovely people as well that you'll be mixing with inside the Hub. So thank you for taking the time to do this.
No problems.
Tell us a little bit about your artwork, what artwork you like to make.
Well, I like to do people. I like to paint people. At the moment, I'm kind of obsessively painting people in oils, but I do also use acrylics. But I think oils is really my thing. Sometimes it's nice to just break out a little bit.
Yeah, have a play.
Yeah, and it gives you different ideas as much as anything else. But I like to do great big figurative pieces that are very emotional. However, I haven't had so much time to do that recently, so I've been just doing portraits just to kind of, you need to do it to keep practicing and learning, don't you? So that's kind of what I'm doing. But I've got some big ones that I've just started, so I'm excited to do them.
And you've had a few collections, haven't you? So you've done musical. I so wish we could share some of your work now. I might need to dig the pictures out and show afterwards. I didn't think about this when I'm interviewing people. But you've got like the musicians, and so you've got a couple of different threads, haven't you, at the moment that you're exploring? And so you did the musicians where you got models.
Yeah, partly the reason it ended up like it did is I wanted performers, and my son worked at a school for the performing arts, so I was able to get a load of musicians in. But that is also because the emotion and the movement are what's important to me, as well as the colour. And also... that just gave me the opportunity, and I love doing that because I had an exhibition and I didn't have too long to get it all together. So it was a very steep learning curve. I also wanted to do dances. I wasn't able to get any dancers, but I'm just about to start a couple that are actually dancers. But my other thread is kind of about mental health and depression and stuff. So and I think it's still kind of interconnected because it's all about how the body portrays emotion and how people portray emotion, and tying that all in with colour and movement. That's what I like to do.
And also I've just clicked, so they're very different, a different feel, aren't they? But there is a link there, because I was also thinking, from the mental health point of view, music is a way of dealing with mental health, isn't it? And turning yourself into a creative being.
I just literally blogged about that because I was trying to work it out, because you've always been saying you've got all these threads. I'm like, well, actually, they're kind of linked, because I was obsessed with Strictly, and I was doing these Strictly portraits. And I just thought, oh, well, I go to choir to sing, to release energy, and to to make myself feel happy. And I paint to make myself feel happy. And people come to my art groups to paint and relax. And, they're all tied together.
It is. I've just got goosebumps because we've been talking about this for a while, haven't we? And this is sometimes things are so obvious, it seems obvious now, but there's a thread that ties it together. And that's when it works. So if you've got, it's like there's a story and a conversation behind that. And so that then becomes powerful. So you can go down those two routes. That's
you
don't have to choose one or the other.
One more thing has helped with that, and so I've been going back to life drawing and life painting again, because part of the problem I had was I didn't have models. So now I've got the chance to do that. That's all tying it together even further. So it's a human body, emotion, and everything else.
This is I'm getting goosebumps. I love it.
Exciting.
Yay! So can you cast your mind back, Kristen, to before you joined the Hub and found United ArtSpace, and what you felt like and what life was like?
Okay, well, immediately when I joined United ArtSpace, I was doing my exhibition, so I'd done quite a lot of pre-work before that. And the thing that drew me to United ArtSpace was your artist journey thing, because it's like a roller coaster, isn't it? And you go and you're excited and you do your work and you think, oh, that's all right, and you think, oh my God, no, it's terrible, I don't know what I'm doing, I'll try something else, nobody likes it, my family, they're telling me to do things that will go on greetings cards, and my friends are saying, why are you painting naked people? And it's all kind of like, you take it all in. And I needed something, I needed that framework, I needed that journey to be on. pick about, basically. So I was very, very excited about it. But I'd seen it previously. I'd seen Make Your Mark, which I still want to do. I still haven't done it, but I still want to do that. But anyway,
yeah, it's a good course. Yeah. Amazing. Okay. And then, so it was like the framework. So that's really important, I think, to point out, isn't it? That the thing with these workshops, you get all fired up and then like 2 weeks later, you fall flat again. And it's like you say, because people around you maybe don't believe in you and they're giving you all this random advice. Sharon said to me the other day, you know, you made it when your family and your friends don't understand what you do and they hate what you do. It's like, yes, I made it. They don't get me.
So basically I was just a bit all over the place, like a lot of people. I didn't really know.
Yeah. So
needed guidance.
You had no direction. You didn't really know what path you were taking. And so that was my next question now, is how the hub has helped you. What's the biggest way it's helped you? And do you think it's the framework?
The framework has helped me. It's also given me confidence to know that it doesn't matter, because I had deep-seated, things that in my head that were blocking me, which were not finishing uni, not having time or space, not feeling like I was proper.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. Now I know that I am who I am, and I can develop my own voice, and I've got all these people here supporting me.
Yeah.
Because I don't have to be in a particular place. I don't have to spend hundreds of pounds on competitions to win competitions to get to where I want to be.
Yeah.
I do my thing, and
and
my
carve out your place.
Yeah, find my people.
Yeah, amazing. And all that fear that you were just talking about, not being good enough and all of this stuff. Where do you think that was coming from? Do you think that was? It's all the voices, like I don't know, maybe I've not got the qualifications, or I'm not this, or I'm not that. Where do you think that was coming from?
Well, it's kind of society, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's bad enough saying you're going to be an artist anyway. That takes enough kind of courage to finally come out and say I'm an artist, doesn't it? Really?
Yeah.
Because it's not valued in that kind of way as a profession.
Yeah.
But there are certain. Art college knocked. I didn't finish, but I was told I couldn't paint. It just knocked everything out of me, knocked stuffing out of me, because I was good at school. When I was little, I was really good, and everybody told me I was brilliant. Went to university, was told I was terrible. And when you're that age, you're so vulnerable, aren't you? And I didn't paint for 20 years after that.
My gosh! I've heard this story. The amount of people, Kristen, that have messaged me to say that they were told either by college or uni or family or somebody that they should give up, or they weren't very good, and it just got them off painting and making for years. I've heard this so many times. I'm thinking of writing a book about it, with all the stories that I get, and then people coming back to it, because it just shocks me. And it's so, and I and people can't see your work at the moment, but to hear what you've just said and to see your work, I think people will go, oh my, what the hell?
Well, it's all in your head, isn't it? And I think that's why you need the support so much, because you need it all comes from within, and you need so much support and energy to kind of keep it going and keep that confidence going to make what you do, because you're putting yourself out there, aren't you? You're putting yourself on the plate, really, and it's hard.
Yeah, you're so right. You're so right. When you've got all those voices, and especially when you've had some hurt and pain and you've come from that place, it does bring you to this filled with fear, doesn't it? And so I'm so glad. I'm so glad to hear this, that the hub has helped you push that away now and actually become the artist that you're born to be. And
what's good is that when you join the hub, you do feel overwhelmed. I've heard a lot of people saying this, they feel overwhelmed because there's a lot of information, isn't there? And you need to orient yourself. But I've been in here for a year, and I've heard some of the things a couple of times now, and I've been through each of the key ingredients a couple of times, and each time you go through it, you learn, there's so much to learn.
Yeah.
You kind of learn a little bit more from it, and you think, actually, that relates to this, and this relates to that, and you can take it all in so much more, and then you're able to move forward and move on. So
I've heard so many people say that, actually, because I think the framework, especially if it's new, it is a lot to take on. It's like, oh my gosh, it seems like there's so many parts, but it's like anything, when you come to something new, it is overwhelming. When you learn like a completely new subject or something new, it overwhelms you. But it's like peeling a layer off an onion, isn't it? And when you first peel the first layer off, you kind of understand it. And what I've noticed is the longer people stay in and keep working through it, like you just said, you get deeper and deeper, and you start, like we've just spoken now about the other connection. Like that's a major breakthrough, isn't it?
Yeah.
For us to and that does not come overnight, does it? It comes from peeling the layer off the onions.
Yeah.
The onion.
I mean, I've been here a year, so
yeah. And we've been looking at your work for a long time, and now, like, oh my gosh, it's like, wow, you made the discovery, and I just clicked when you were talking. Then, like, hold on a minute, there is a connection between these two very different things, and you probably knew that deep down, which is why you've been going with them both. And so it's so amazing that you just keep listening all the time, and you've just got to that point. That's incredible. So, and I also have to say congratulations to Kristen, because she was just featured in a very, very renowned artist and illustrator magazine. Hello, that was amazing.
Exciting times.
I know. And so I will share the little snippet actually. So Kristen was featured and had like a double spread and was interviewed. And I love that you said that the hub helped you with that.
Oh, it did. I mean, that was something very specific that helped me with that. That was the challenge that we did. That was the visibility challenge. I think it was back in February when we had to think about putting ourselves out there and push through that fear that we've got and go out of our comfort zones and, gaining Instagram followers, applying to things, showing it to somebody who wouldn't normally show it to, whatever it took just to keep going and keep showing yourself a little bit more. And that gave me the opportunity to think more carefully about where I was showing my stuff, which led on eventually to the opportunity.
Amazing. And Kristen has very kindly, so inside the hub we sometimes do this thing called a deep dive, where we just take an artist from the hub and we take their experience and we dive into how they got the opportunity and get some feedback from them. So Kristen has very kindly shared her experience of that and how the opportunity came along and the questions that she was asked from the magazine. And we're going to be doing that with all the new members. We've been holding off, and I thought it'd be nice to do that maybe next week or the week after, and we'll do a live, and you'll have a PDF as well to download showing Kristen's experience. So I can't wait to share that. So what do you think has been the biggest thing from the hub? How has it helped you the most?
100% believing in myself, and actually knowing, and it consolidates. So you sort of learn, you feel a bit more confident, then you do something, feel a bit more confident. It builds up and builds up and builds up. So it just helps you keep on track. It's also, there's one other thing it's helped do, and that's changed my attitude towards money, because I was nervous about joining the hub because it's money. I don't earn a lot of money, I don't get a lot of commissions, didn't get a lot of commissions, and so it was a big decision for me, and when I got in and I can't remember which lesson it is, but there's one that talks about money, isn't there?
Lesson 3 of mindset.
I separated out, I made myself a separate bank account, which I should have done anyway. All these things, just hearing it all the time makes you actually do the things sometimes. And it's just, now I'm so much more aware of where I'm putting it. I'm not wasting it, and I'm using it in a more targeted way, and I'm more aware of what's coming in as well, and trying to get more in. So that pushes me further to go and be more visible again. So
oh my gosh, incredible. That's so good to hear. If someone is sat watching and they're worried about joining the hub, because I've had lots of people message me saying they're worried they're not good enough, they're worried they're going to fall behind, what would be your message to those people?
Well, I would say do it, because it's just kind of, it's art family. It's art family who are cheering you on, who get you, who, if you don't have us there, you're going to wander off the path and kind of get a bit lost. You will always get pulled back in the hub, and you'll be pointed in the right direction to succeed. So, I love it. I love it.
That's a good point, actually. If you hadn't have joined, where do you think you'd be now? Do you think you would have made... I'd say I might have gone back to work, but I don't think I would. But you'd still be muddled.
I'd still be muddled. Yeah, and I work. I do teaching to earn money now, so I teach art to earn money now, and that's all self-started. So that's another thing that's helped me to do, and keep myself back on track and away from having a boss.
Yeah. Do you know, it's interesting that you've said that, because recently I've been thinking about creating more lessons inside the hub to help with that, because I see there's some people still in a full-time job that want to transition out of it. And I think in those early stages of being an artist, it's important to supplement your income with other things like teaching and doing. There's so many ways that you can do that. And so I'm going to be bringing some lessons into the hub to talk about that, how you can supplement your income. And then there's some amazing people who are lined up to come in to talk about crazy ways they've been earning money on the side and bringing in lots of money, like doing paint parties and all sorts of things like that. So yeah, I think that's important to add that, you know, when you make that leap to being a full-time artist, your opportunities open and you can do all these other things to supplement and keep going. It takes
pressure off you as well. It takes the pressure off you in a practical way, so you can enjoy your creating, but you're still in control of what you do. And, you know, teaching helps you learn lots from other people anyway, so it's good to give back. It's good to do.
Yeah, and we've had quite a lot of people join the hub and do kind of side hustles and things. And, you know, that's what you do, isn't it? When you transition and you made that leap at the beginning stages, I think people put pressure on themselves to say, I'm an artist and I have to sell 100% of my artwork to say that. And it isn't like that. It isn't like that at all. So, and you've got the confidence now, which just, it makes me so proud to see that you're just being the person. You're being authentic. You're being yourself. You're putting yourself out there. The art that is you, and that is that the best feeling ever, or what? You know, you can just be that person.
Amazing. It is amazing, genuinely.
Oh, I love it. So people are saying hi. Lottie said hello. She's good job I work from home so I can keep up. Kate said hello. Lottie said, I was told by an ex that I should get a proper job because I couldn't possibly earn a stable income from art, and yet I was out earning him by a fair bit. Yay! I wonder why he's an ex. Yes. Yeah. This is the thing. Some people just don't get it, do they? And you're going to have that throughout the rest of your life, and especially non-artists go, oh, I remember someone saying to Sharon, oh, you're an artist, and so how do you make your money? Just like, from my art. I love that. Kate saying, my art teacher told me I had no imagination, and that comment stuck with me for 40 years. Oh my gosh, I'm beginning to think actually I have, and I am going to use it. Kate, you have. I've seen your work, and oh gosh, it's so crazy. And the thing is, when these people say these things, I don't think they realise the damage that they can cause. And when I see these comments, in fact, this is why I set up the virtual art studio, because I could see there were people who hadn't made in a long time and had that fear and had horrible things said. And that's what spurred me to keep going when I set the group up originally, because I kept getting all these stories saying, I'm making again and I haven't made for so long. And that's where it all started, all of this, really. So, and now to know that all of this, United ArtSpace, helps that and helps replace those negative comments and the fear inside of people, it just makes this the most amazing job ever for me. Honestly, it really does. Kaz says, hello, Kristen. And Laura said hello as well. Oh, thank you so much. It's been amazing to chat with you. Thank you so much for joining. So if you want to join the hub and you've started to meet some of the lovely members that we've got inside, honestly, it is the most supportive group I have ever been in. And everyone else has said the same, that they've just never felt so supported. And the content inside is broken up into small chunks. It might overwhelm you to begin with, but I promise you it won't when you get stuck in. So I'll put the link at the top of this if you'd like to join us. We would welcome you. And thank you so much, Kristen, for joining us.
No worries, thank you.
And we'll see you all soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye.